The video timeline in Photoshop controls the visibility of layers over time. In order to apply additional effects such as layer movement, transformations, custom transitions, and other effects, you need to make use of a feature called keyframes. Keyframes define a beginning and an ending point for a transformation, such as a movement, a transition, or another effect. Let's take a look at how this works. So in this file, I have two layers. I have a video layer of the light bulb, and if we just click the play button, you'll see that the light bulb comes on here and lights up nice and bright. And I have this layer here, which is a rendered text layer. So it's not editable text. It just has the word idea. What I want to do is I want to have the text layer appear when the light bulb lights up, and then I want to have the word idea move off to the side here. So to do that, I need to have a keyframe applied. So first what I want to do is move the playhead to where the light bulb comes on. Okay, right there. And then I'm going to move the idea layer to where it appears right when the light bulb comes on. So it comes on at the same time. And I want to add a keyframe to denote that this is the starting position of this layer, the idea layer. So to do that, I'm going to come over to the left-hand side of the timeline panel. Let me just stretch this up a little bit more. And I'm going to open up the options for the idea layer. And I see that I have three options here for position, opacity, and style. And each one has a little stopwatch. This is how you add a keyframe. So I'm going to click the stopwatch for position. And you can see that that adds a keyframe right here to the beginning of where the playhead is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this playhead to where I want the effect to end. Let me actually move it back here, and I'm going to come down and take a look at the counter to see what the time count is. So it's at 4:09, so 4 seconds and 9 frames. And maybe I'll have it take about 2 seconds for that to move over. If it's too slow, I can always readjust it. So now the playhead has been adjusted to where I want the effect to end. So I want the word idea to be moved off to the side here to its ending position by this point. So I'm just going to make sure that that layer is active here in the layers panel, and I'll just grab it with the move tool, and I'll hold the shift key down as I move it to constrain the motion to a straight line there. And you can see that when I'm done, Photoshop has automatically added an ending keyframe that defines the end of that movement. Let's just scroll back here and we can see how that looks. So you can see that it's coming on right at the same time as the light bulb and going off to the side there. I'm going to come over to the timeline on the far left side and click the button that resets the playhead to the start, and we'll just play this and watch it come on. Press the space bar to stop that. So that worked out pretty good. That's the basics of keyframes. Now, if I wanted to add another motion to the word idea, I'd have to create a new keyframe to define the new starting point. So I'll come over here, and instead of clicking the stopwatch this time, I'm going to click the actual little diamond keyframe icon to add a new keyframe, and I'll move the playhead a little bit farther, and let's say this time I'll come down. So I'll drag it down like that. And this time, let's actually drag it all the way out of the image. And you can see the new keyframe has been added. Let's play it again from when the light bulb turns on. So that's the basics of using keyframes to control a transformation of a layered element in Photoshop. You can use them to move layers, transform them, scale them larger, smaller, control layer opacity, turn a layer style on or off, and even animate a layer mask. Keyframes allow you to do a lot of different things to your images, and this is something that we'll be using in different ways throughout the rest of the course to create some pretty cool effects.